What's going on? What's going on? Okay, hit the link back. Hit the link up top. We're gonna get this started. You see the link where it says stream your. All you gotta do is hit the link up top above Country Gallo's name. What's up, Brandon Live Cash, Country Gallo? What's good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
You hear me good? You see me good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tonight we have Miss Krystal Stevenson, all around businesswoman, business consultant. We're even doing credit repair. So I'm hoping that maybe some of you truckers can maybe call out and reach out for her services. Ladies on top of her game and her business. So we'll be talking about that tonight, and hopefully we can tie in trucking into some of the things that she's offering. Okay. Krystal, tell people your name and where you from.
Sure. Yes, my name is Krystal Stevenson, and I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. A mother
Okay.
of 4 beautiful kids and a fiance.
Okay. Okay. So what made you get you? First of all, you have a degree. You don't
Yes.
play around. You have a degree. Tell people what your degree is. Yeah.
Yes. So I have actually 3 degrees. I have a degree in business. I also have a degree in office management, and I also have a degree in medical billing. So yeah, I have three.
That's good for us people that's trying to get there. Because I'm trying to
Yes,
get mine
ma'am.
forward. So I know I'm about to start working on the office management. Okay, so tell me what made you get into being a business consultant? Like what made you
Yes.
start?
So yeah, it kind of came naturally to me. A lot of people used to ask me for different ideas and just a lot of questions about business. So it just came natural to just kind of get into it, become a business owner myself, and I all my downfalls, and I can help others. As far as what they will go through in their business, and I can help them with that. So that's where my inspiration came from others, and they just constantly ask for that information and that advice, and I seen that I had a calling to help them, and a few people that I helped, they start seeing better improvements in their businesses and things like that. So I knew right then and there that was it. That was my niche.
Let me ask you this: is there only a particular career lanes that you only help, or are you want to help anybody with their business?
Anybody, yes. I don't target just one particular business. I definitely go to other businesses. It can be home health care. It can be in a salon. It can just be in any field. It doesn't matter.
So break down what is some of your expertise as far as helping a person build their business portfolio.
Yeah, so if they it starts off with knowing about their business, what it is that they want to do, what is their niche, what they're looking for in the audience, and things like that. So I kind of just target the business aspect as what you're looking for. The target audience is always the key. So I ask them, okay, so let's say you running a group home. So what type of people you want to operate in that home, you know? So they'll state, well, I want to have someone that's just coming out of jail or anything like that, and I want to have them to be in that home, you know, per se. So I'll teach them the logistics of how to run it, how to make it feasible for them, and you know, just have those things in place for their business.
Okay. So so give us the first thing in building a business structure. Like what is numero uno for
Yeah.
your
So
ex?
So the first thing to building a business, if you have to start with a plan. You have to put a business plan together. Get your EIN number. You're going to need an LLC. So these is the basic things to start a business. So without that, you don't have no structure. So and I also tell people try to apply for business credit as you opening up all these things that you need for your business. So if it's in line, you need EIN number. You need your LLC. You need your DUNS number. So your DUNS number is the number that you need to open up business credit. That's basically your social security number. So a lot of people get the EIN number confused with that, you know. So I explain that as well, that the DUNS number is your social security number for your business so you can establish business credit. So you know, just the basic steps I guide them through it first off.
What do you think is more in credit, more important? Is it credit first? Your credit being good when you first build a business, or is it capital?
I would say it would be good to do both. So once you're working on your personal credit, you can work on your business credit as well. You can work on them at the same time, actually. So as you're working on your personal credit and you're working on your business credit, and I always tell people, do not use your personal credit for anything dealing with your business. Start going ahead and working on your business credit first, because you'd be surprised you can get vehicles for your business and your business credit. You can get property, real estate. So I kind of just reach out to that as far as any business owner.
So say you go out and you travel also to meet people for their business, correct? You get
Yeah,
on a plane, train, bus, and meet people where exactly. That's what I really, really liked about Miss Crystal, y'all, that some business consultants are really extremely bougie, and you
yes,
ain't in that city, they feel it's not time for you. But with Miss Crystal, it's like she'll come anywhere and meet
yes,
you at the bar and get with you, get everything together, help you get everything together, help you get your LLC started, help you get the groundwork to get your credit stuff started. So I've really been watching her for a while, doing what she's doing. But that's why I really, really like her,
yes,
and
ma'am.
really on, you know what I'm saying? Because some of them are really, really bougie. I mean, some of the high pair ones, some of the high
Yeah,
10 there. I've contacted a few that are on Instagram to help me
yes.
with the credit. Like I think last year, child, the response I got, man,
And and
the
and that's
response
the
I
thing.
got out of it.
And that's the thing. That's why I wanted to be different. I wanted to actually get out in the field and help them, because I know it's hard to say, like how we talking online right now. It's hard to just kind of determine. Okay, a lot of people don't get it, by speaking and telling them. They have to see it physically. So I go there and tell them, like, look, this is what you need. I help them get organized. Sometimes they filing and things and organized, so they don't have that clear structure an organization to keep their business flowing. Sometimes it just be something small as that.
What's the number one thing you've seen in your line of work of why business fails?
A
Trucking,
lot of business,
um,
yeah. hmm
like what's the number one thing you see people do that makes them have their whole bottom fall out?
The number one thing, once I help them get the business credit established, they just start going crazy. They don't look at it as if it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? So they just go into it as if it is, oh, I got money and I'm gonna go ahead and blow this up. It's not set up like that. It's set up for your future, and your future business and whatever else you have forth.
There's a lot of people that I've met in trucking and they don't even have their trucks anymore right now. There's so many of them that I
Wow.
started back in I'm 16, 17, and they got business credit before me, and they're not in
Right.
trust. And I just don't understand why they got to be mismanagement of funds. They got to
Right. Right.
only have one little business for it, and I barely use that. Barely. They say you're supposed to use as much of the business credit for as much as possible, but I'm too scared to use it. So I'm trying not to put myself in too much for unbalanced. You understand what I'm saying?
I know. I totally understand. Now, it's kind of different with business credit. Now, let's say, for instance, you have personal credit. They allow you to go to 30 to 25%. With a business credit, you can use a whole full amount, and you won't even have that stagnate your credit. Well, your business credit, vice versa, your personal. You see, so that's the difference between personal credit and business credit, because they would give you 90 days, vice versa, 30 days if it was your personal to pay it back.
Let me
So it's
ask you,
kind of like
I'll take a different spin just a little bit. Do you sometimes in your line of work feel like the black lady is harder to get business loans than it is for one?
absolutely, absolutely, and that's a lot of stagnating things into that because of our skin colors at times, and it's a damper, but I just keep on going because the next person needs that help. I don't want to say, oh, well, this person denied me of helping them, or vice versa. Somebody else might look at it as if everything that I told them, that's what they needed. So that's why I just keep structuring what I do to helping others.
Okay. So when you go on and build a business, I wish you did more for truckers. I
And
wish you
say that
did.
part again, you broke up a little bit.
I wish you did more for truckers than you do on
Yeah.
the regular side of it, because a lot of us really do need that help and try and get the credit together and build the business credit together. I know it's a different lane for you, but I hope that you do start touching us a lot more. I think you would flourish if you got more into the trucker
Yeah,
side.
and
The
and
help,
that's why.
we definitely
Yeah,
need help.
yeah,
You know, so I know I definitely could have used it. I could have used your help like about a year and 6 months ago.
yeah. And I was here the whole time, but it takes you to fall to learn. It's just, I don't care. It can be a beginning business, a business that's been up and running, a person that's trying to just start a business. You have to fall to learn. That's for any business, and every business don't operate like everyone else's. So it might take you more time than the next business. But I be on my clients. I'm like, no, I have a goal for you, and I set that goal, and they make it.
Let me ask you your own opinion. What do you feel professionally about the SPA loan? Do you feel like their goal is something you need to touch, or like
I feel like it was much more of a handicapness to me. It's just like you're giving all this out, and at the end of the day, you got to pay it back. I mean, they're not bringing that up now, but eventually, just imagine how much they are in insurance rate. If your business is not booming now and you needed the help to get the PPP loan, so imagine when it's time to pay it back. Now you're back to square one. If that makes sense.
yeah, to me?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, everybody going. I know one lady. She has like two or three of them.
Yeah.
Like really, really serious. You know what I'm saying? Everything's great. Everything's great. I'm like, everything's not fucking great.
That's right.
You have to
That's
pay that shit
right.
back. That's not,
Yeah.
you
They're not
know,
telling you that.
a bet
You
on your.
don't. Yeah. They're not telling you that you have to pay that back, but that's eventually the economy got to move some kind of way. I mean, that's a lot of money you just distributing out, and you're not getting it back. So yeah, they're gonna come up with a plan. It's just not right now, but they will come up with a plan when it's time to pay that money back. So
Put it fraud or use reason. So it's like I buy a drug. That's
you're kind of breaking up a little bit.
say you getting along in drugs. That's came up your truck. Buy another truck. That's not the money.
Yes, you absolutely right.
And there's a lot of that. That's that's in trucking. They got 2 or 3, 4, 5 of these loans.
Yeah.
I think this shit is really, really fire, but it's gonna come back
No,
and bite you in the ass.
that's right.
You know what you can't drive and all
That's
that.
right. And
No,
then they put it on them to where, if say for instance you making $100,000 a year in your company or your business, and then vice versa, you double back, they give you a loan twice as much as you made in your business. So I'm still trying to figure that part out. Why would you double the interest rate for these people to pay that back, and they don't necessarily have it to when they're showing it to you up front with their documentation?
yeah. The put people, it's a trick. The SBA loans to me, Krystal, it's a
Mm-hmm.
trick.
It
It's
is.
a real trick to keep you in debt. It's not really real help out. It's a trip out to get the government back more money. That's what I think it is. Personally,
Absolutely right.
I ain't touched. That's why I ain't touched. I said, well, I can't get it from a regular credit card or regular just saving my money.
That's right.
I'm
And believe it or not, I didn't even get the PPP loan. I went through the SBA loan. Um, they're much more feasible for businesses, and they've been around forever. So if anyone wants to get a loan, go through the SBA, because if you don't have a
you don't like
business,
the PPP loan. You didn't like the PPP loan.
well, it's not that I didn't like it. It was just the stipulations that came behind it. So I mean, I don't want to be in stipulations with a basically a bill that I didn't agree to. You know what I'm saying? So I just left that alone and just got the SBA loan.
Baby, I suffer with it, especially you truckers, baby. I now happy with it.
Yeah. I mean, it works out fine for others. I can't speak on for everybody, but for some of those that they know they're going to struggle and they needed it at the time, they had to do what they had to do. And I respect that, you know?
So, and do you mostly, in your line of work, do you mostly help out a lot of solo ladies? Do you ever do a lot of couples? And
And
what
believe it or not, I have more male men come to me and need help and structure because they just lost. They just ask me. They say, "Well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know the first place to start a business, ma'am. You know, and then go from there." But yeah, but a lot of females too. I mean, they ask me for advice, but like majority of my clients be males. Just to be honest. Hmm. I mean, I get
I,
females too, but
let me ask you, in building a business, debt to ratio, debt income ratio, building a business person and you see their debt and you see trying to build like help build between the
okay.
debt. Okay,
Say the last parts again. You every now and then it just breaks up on me on my end. Sorry.
debt to income ratio is probably me. Debt to
Hmm.
income.
So you're speaking on it. You said that is just breaking up. I am so sorry, Queen.
You're not breaking up. You're not breaking up for me. You're
No,
not breaking,
not at all.
you're not breaking up for me at all.
Okay, I can hear you a little bit better now.
Debt to income ratio.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Like
you stating about.
how do you break through that when you come across a person that has so much debt? Let's just say they had a person got approved for, but
Hmm.
they have debt that you see when you helping them. Like how do you what do you break down? Like what's more important? They want to get their business started. They
Yeah,
got the approval for the loan, but they have so much debt behind them. Like how do you deal with that?
yeah.
How
So
do you
I basically asked them, and the question they said, do you need half of the bills that you have? Like, is some of these bills is a necessity? Do you need, let's say, if you got two phone bills, do you need two? You can use one phone as far as that goes. Or like say you might have a bill to where you go shopping a lot. You might have a shopping addiction. You might have a way you hit like fast food, and it starts to become a thing to people think that's a normal thing to how to live, and before you know it, you're getting deeper and deeper into a hole for the things that you need to be putting this money towards. If that makes sense, what I'm saying. Yeah, so I kind of like tactic them about what it is you need and what you don't need. So I get them to write down their needs and they don't needs, and I ask them to go into your bills, synchronize your bills, and you look at your bills and you tell yourself, okay, I don't need this, I can live without this, or I can live without that. And you know, and that kind of showed them that, oh wow, I didn't think this was hurting me as much as, you know, my credit was slandered because of this small little situation, because that right there determined how you could have did anything better in your life as far as savings. Put something to the side for maybe some assets. If you have kids, put things to the side for your children assets. It's strictly about you and your family, you know, for the future for you and your children.
Let me ask you a question. Your own personal opinion. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
When your personal opinion, is it better to go out and lease the office space, or is it better to work the office out of home?
For my personal experience, I started from my home first, just because I didn't have it at the time to just go in and get a virtual space at the time, you know, because that would have been too much on me. And I just kind of like structured my living room area. I turned it into an office space, and I went to work. And eventually, when I start seeing the first revenue, I didn't pay myself until the maybe the first 2 months in. I could have, you're supposed to, but I was like, no, I was just determined to make sure I get that office space because I didn't want to work from out my home, clients coming to my house, knowing where I stay. You know, you just meet so many people and different people each day, and you just don't want that. But I recommend an office space. If you're able to get that, then that's fine. If not, work from your home.
That's it. That's a over your business.
Yes, that's a whole not that's another debt. If it's not in your regimen for your business, then I advise no.
Office space, lose it.
Yeah.
I had folks, then you went to go lease the office space. I
Hmm.
was exhausted.
Wow. Yeah.
Still, you make money. Even the truck, even the truck got they be the men. They be the men.
Yeah.
Not the late. They be making mistakes. It really.
That's true.
You
Everything you
supposed to have
saying
paid
is
down back.
true.
Um. So let's talk about the credit repair.
Okay.
Tell them how much you charge for the credit repair that you do.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm not as high as everybody else because I don't like to hit people on the top of their head with prices. You know. So I charge $3.99. That's my recurring fee, and then every month is $100 until I get you where you need to be. Because sometimes it takes someone's credit to take 90 days. It might take 3 months. It just depends on what they're doing on their end. Because I can be doing my part, and you're not doing your part, and that would not be feasible for your situation. Because okay, I'm working on your credit. You're using a lot. You're utilizing your credit. You know what I'm saying? So if I help you get a credit card, and you're not listening to what I'm saying, and then you go back to point one, then what we doing? So that's why I have a recurring fee to where I charge them $100 a month, and that goes towards my portal, my my billing and things like that that I have to do for them until I get them where they need to be. Then you don't have to pay me that $100 a month.
So just go in and dispute or actually off.
Say the last part. You went out again.
You dispute or do you get things removed off the
I get
credit?
Yes, sometimes I do both. I dispute it and then I get things removed. Like if I know I can remove it quickly, it can come off. Now some things maybe like a student loan or something like that, I'll go ahead and dispute that one. And then if they give me any runarounds, I go deep into it. I get the lawyer on it. They don't want to deal with that. So they just go ahead and give up, basically. They
So
don't want
okay, so
any legal problems.
how, have you ever had somebody come with you with bankruptcy
Oh
on their
yeah.
credit?
Oh yes. A few times. Yes. Throughout my
But
time, I've
I'm
been
a
doing
little bit
business.
of that process for me, like helping them get their stuff straightened
Oh
away.
yeah. Now, and that's another thing. Some people automatically file bankruptcy, then they don't even have to. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't know, they wasn't educated, and they didn't know any better. So once they come to me, I let them know. I let them see what it is that's dampering them. So let's take this off first, and we can work on this before you go ahead and file bankruptcy. Because sometimes that dampers your credit as well, big time. So it's always good to call someone, some type of credit consultant, to see if this is a good idea before you go ahead and go bankrupt.
So when somebody filed bankruptcy, is there any help for their credit at that point in time if they have bankruptcy on it? Any kind of help, or just this for 11 years?
No, you can actually get that off. You can fight it. You can get it disputed. I like to dispute that type of item because I want to see what they have to say when they send the letters off, and I like to see what it is that they have to say in the letter. And once I receive the letter, I know what I'm stand. What I stand with as far as how I fight them. Okay, now I know what to do with them because sometimes they give themselves up. They might not even have full documentation on your whole claim, and then you didn't win bankrupt for no particular reason. So I go back and I fight them with it, and they really don't have nothing to say after I see what they was fighting it for. If that makes sense, what I'm saying to you.
But next, what's the biggest credit score change you've seen in 30 days? 30.
Oh, I just helped someone roughly the beginning of last month, and roughly within 2 weeks, he got a score of 95 points. He was at a 450. 95 points on top of that, and he was just astounded because he was like, wow, I just literally like contact you, came seen you, and now my credit is damn near a 7. And that's a remarkable because he listened. He went and done everything I told him to do, and he was consistent, and the consistency helped.
Or see me, I like ass. I like to charge things credit card.
But
I
you
got
know what?
two credit cards, and I just like to swipe. It's just like a magical thing to me to do like this here.
Because you know what it is? Because you have it. That's the thing. You have it on
Yeah.
your list. You don't want to have, you don't have the cash on. You can just go ahead and go to the credit card. And a lot of people do that. I mean, I can't really say much. I went in the past when I didn't know anything about credit. I did the same exact thing, so I can relate. So, but once you stay at your 30%, once you learn how to stay at that 30%, it's really much of nothing. And make sure you put that money back on that card between the first and the fifth, because that's when they run your credit, between the first and the fifth of that month. So once it's back in the account at that time, now the credit card, whoever your credit card company is with, they run your credit between the end of the month. So technically, you have between them 2 weeks in the middle of the month to kind of like use the card. You see? So once you put it back, they give you that score. That's it.
Let me ask you a question. Isn't there the difference with the business credit cards though? Isn't it
Yeah.
different in the business, or is it just the same? Because I get
No,
confused.
it's a total different. I mean, your credit with the business, you would get that within. You can get that within a week. You can get scores in a week for that, and vice versa. Your credit, you got to wait to 30 days, 45 days, 90 days. But with your business credit, you can get that like that with no problem.
They say they say on a personal credit card it's 30%, but it told me mine on Credit Karma that I'm not using my business credit card enough. I know my bank told me I'm not using my business credit card enough. And I'm like, what? What?
Wow.
I'm not trying to. Yeah, they told me I'm not really using you enough. It ain't no huge large amount on there, but it's I'm
Well,
not
what you
charging.
can do is with your business credit card, you can call Duns and Bradstreet, and you call them, and you call them, and you let them know how they see every time you use your card, because that's where it comes from. All your business credit goes to them, to Duns and Bradstreet, literally. Once you call them, you see what your credit score is, and sometimes you can call in, and they'll be missing something in your score with your business, and you just make one simple call, and boom, you have a different score than what you had. just off a little small fraction of maybe a bill that you paid on time and it just didn't rain it at the time that you paid the bill. So you can always call and ask them.
Okay, but since credit repair, I'm actually your own specialty opinion. Is it good to pay off charge offs? Is it
No.
good to pay off collection? Is it worth it there? I hit
Mm-mm.
back and forth. I hit back and forth. It's better to, or some pay is better not to.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like no. The reason why I feel like that is because it can be a simple, let's say, bill, $400. You pay that bill. That's not necessarily mean they're going to take it off your credit. So now you didn't pay $400 towards a bill that they never took off, and you call them and they don't take it off. So it's better to challenge. You have a better chance of challenging it or disputing it.
So you say don't pay it.
Basically, no. Now, if it's a like a light bill, water bill, I recommend you paying that. I was just giving a brief of what it is, but like a bill, anything you're trying to buy a home, that's the first thing you pay that's on your credit. Pay that bill if you owe your light bill, if you owe something on that old water bill, pay those type of bills. Because when it's time for you to get that house, that's the first thing the banks look at. Wow, you had a whole light bill that you didn't even pay. Or vice versa, you had a water bill sitting on your credit that you didn't even pay. And that's those little things like that means a lot to those banks. They're not worrying about the other miscellaneous things. They're worrying about those bills.
So you're saying things like credit cards, old credit cards, and medical bills, or something
Yeah,
that you off. Don't worry
yeah,
about it. Car possessions, just leave the charge off. Don't fix.
exactly. Because you basically making them rich. That's the whole purpose of them getting on you to pay the bill, and then you pay it. Then they still haven't taken it off your credit. Okay, like why did you make me pay this and it's not off my credit? And you asking, you got documentation, you sending them, and sometimes they just sell you off to the next bidder. That's how they make money. This just is how they make money. That's all.
Because I see sometimes like my credit, I see like the same thing gets sold twice. But this thing is old. So I've been disputing it. It's off now, but it's like you gonna keep selling,
Exactly.
selling, keep reselling it. I was like, oh my god, people.
And and that's exactly what I'm saying right there.
So so how do you balance everything with being a mama for? How do you keep it all running together? Where you doing running here, going there, meet people, and spend so much time with people. You know,
Yeah.
spend a lot of time with people when you're doing what you're doing. So how do you keep everything in a line?
Yeah, I mean, it was hard at first when I first started different businesses and things like that. And I have an older son. Sometimes he'll help me out. He'll bring him to school. He'll pick him up while I'm doing my work at home. So now it's to the point that I have workers. I don't have to do that anymore. But when I didn't have that, it was every day. I probably take 3 hours out of my day, deal with the kids, then the other 4 hours maybe deal with the business, and vice versa. Do this all over again tomorrow. So just to make sure everything is operating good. The kids have my time, and it's sad that you got to say your kids got 3 hours, but you still have to run your business because without you doing that, you can't take care of the kids. You can't do what you need to do with the kids. You can't go on the field trips and all these things with the kids at school. You can't go on vacations with those kids. Sometimes you have to be iron chest Charlie and go for what you got to go for to make sure you have what you need in life.
I could imagine before. Now I'm out here on the road and I have no kids,
Yeah.
right? But it's so here with 1 and 2 kids or 3 kids at the home, and they doing it. So I can imagine how they manage it all in one and
Yeah.
running. It's like some days I'm just totally just worn out altogether. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, what is that about to ask you that I had in my mind? Yes, I had so many different questions to ask you. And I just
Go
got
for it. Go
distracted
for it. You
yesterday.
got you got it, girl.
I just get distracted, but I just had to have you on. I just think you're incredibly sweet. You've just been watching me and following me for so long.
Yes, ma'am.
And Black Lady's really, really doing it. So, like, are we going to see anything more in the future? You'll be branching out more, or you can be going into business with anybody else and doing business consulting, like you're going to get on the team with some other ladies and open your own office. Like, what's the
Yes.
next?
So That's exactly it. You hit it right on the nail. Like that's exactly what I'm doing. I've been reaching out to a lot of young ladies that's struggling with it. They actually have businesses, but they're struggling with their business, and they see me flourishing. And I just want to, be that support system and that mentor that they need, and just guide them all the way through. And I don't care if it take me 3 more hours to stay there to help them. That's what I'm gonna do, because that's what I love to do, and that's my calling. Like I said, I'm right now. I'm actually building a course, so I'm putting things together. I'm teaching them how to operate Airbnb, how to run an Airbnb business, how to run a rental car business, because I do all this myself.
Yeah, I forgot about all that. Yeah, Lord have mercy, I forgot. Y'all forgive me. Y'all
It's
forgot. There's
okay.
so much other stuff that she.
It's
Okay, so
okay.
I know about the car rental through Turbo. Turbo is
Yeah.
who you're that's making money, and then you have the Airbnb thing that you're doing. Everybody's doing Airbnb, but when I get on Airbnb, sometimes it's $60, $70 a night. So like, how is it so lucrative on the Airbnb?
Well, it's
How do you
it's
make money?
I'm gonna give some good free advice right now, and I normally was gonna put this in my course, but I feel like people that's on here right now, and you and I need to know these things. So how I run my Airbnb, I don't target just anyone. I target traveling nurses, traveling doctors. These people need somewhere to stay for 3, 4, 5 months. So they have the funding to pay you. So now I don't have to worry the next 3 to 5 months who's going to rent these let's see, RAs, Airbnbs. You understand? So it makes more sense, and it has more revenue that's consistently coming in. Vice versa, someone want to come there and maybe throw a party. I might not get that the next week or two. That makes sense.
Yeah, but see, let me. But the Airbnb kind of scares me renting out a room in my house or renting out a
Mm-hmm.
house that I paid for because we'll tear things up. And so that kind of the Airbnb kind of scares me. Even I know it's hella lucrative. A lot of people making
Yeah.
a whole lot of it. A lot of people building business credit off of it also.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it kind of scares me just having complete strangers come in and out of your place all the time.
See, that's the secret, Queen. The properties that I'm using, I don't own either one. I've just leased these properties. I let them know what type of business I'm running. I never ever tell them it's an Airbnb. Only thing I tell them is I'm running a business for traveling nurses to come here, because right now it's a pandemic and they need that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my target artist that I go for when I'm doing the Airbnb.
Talk about turbo because I know a lot of people are doing turbo. Like, how lucrative is it? Is like, are you seeing like $1,000 a week at least? Are you seeing just $1,000 a month? Like, how, if you don't mind,
Oh, you
if
mean
you
no,
don't
no problem. You talking about the car, the with the Toro with the car
turbo,
runners, correct? Yeah. So I definitely see money every day. I see money every day. I make sure I reach out to Toro to let them know that I put my database to where I want to rent out every day instead of vice versa in my calendar every other week. So you can set it that way as well. And I also, when I train, I tell people and they tell people. So the word of mouth always traveling more than I do in Turo. So it's always outsources too, that you can still make your money with your rental.
I heard one lady said she made $50,000 in 1 year off
It's
of.
possible.
Can you say that's the truth? Is that close to the truth?
That's the truth.
That's
That's the
true.
truth. It's just got to be, you just have to be consistent, rotate your cars, get new cars, and just kind of just, that's your business. It's the same way you will run your truck, and you will go and you're consistent with it, you know? It's basically the same operation.
Okay, I got a question right here for you. I think it says, "Do you rent row houses or single family?"
It's both. It just depends on what. I'm always targeting those areas that I know people want to rent Airbnbs in. So more. It'd be more like downtown areas that I know is more like how can I say this? It's more to where you can get paid more because it's the area is mandated. I mean, y'all kind of like understand what I'm saying. So you can do the row houses, but you need to find out what location those row houses are in, and you can make good lucrative money in that. Just going to great zip codes, like always in your city is always a downtown area that's where tourists is and things like that, so you can make money in that. You don't always have to own the property to run an Airbnb. Say that again.
I said it's a smart move.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just like if you go into any other facility and it's a leasing company, you know. But once again, do not say Airbnb because they hate it. They don't like when you say they don't want to be affiliated with it. So if you have a business, go in there stern, like you're running that business as if you know you work just like them. This is a
So right
business.
now, so right now you leased in multiple properties at one time.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you manage?
Well, I have a managing group. I have people that go out clean. I have a cleaning crew. I have a portal that I use to make sure this room is clean, and they when they clock out and clock in, is already set up on Airbnb, and I also have my own type of software that I use.
Just got so much going on.
I know, and and it's so hard that at one point I couldn't even manage all this. Now that I'm getting a hang of it, once you get a hang of it, it's really a breeze from there. It's just a mind thing saying, "Well, I can't handle this." Then you can't handle it. But when you say you can handle it, you can handle it.
I think I can do anything. It's just that we
That's right.
the real sexist type men that try to get in and you. But I think women are the most smartest things walking around in
Pretty, pretty much, Queen.
every
Pretty much. I mean, we're not trying to down our men, but we give them inspiration. That's why men be needing their app. They need their women. They love their women. They just need a little guidance. That's about it. That's it. They need some guidance, and we here for them.
But that's it. I'm not gonna hold you too much further because I know you got things to go. But y'all, this is Krystal Stevenson. You can go follow her on IG at Krystal Stevenson. And I'm gonna be putting a few things for your business in the description and comment section. I'm gonna put all that stuff. And you send some things into the DM. I think last
Yes.
night. So I'm gonna put that on so they can come make sure they come contact you.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
I'm saying so
Love you guys. I enjoyed
deals
this.
and everything. We love you having you on. I did tonight. I
I'm
hope
gonna
that
be on
y'all.
again. I'm gonna be on again whenever you're on. I would love to be on again. I enjoyed
I'm
this.
definitely I'm definitely gonna keep you close with it.
Yeah. I hope this
I'm
information
definitely
was
gonna keep you
valuable
very
to
close.
people, and I would love to do it again.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all stay blessed and y'all stay safe. Good night, y'all.
You too. Good night.